Hello everybody, welcome to another Making Monday Lovable video. And it's the time of the year here in Umeå where it's getting darker quite quickly. So you can see here my candle lights. I personally think the darkness is really cozy. I like it. It brings a little bit of, introspection into my life, and I feel like in my apartment I'm in a little bit of a cave, like a cozy cave with all the candles that I can put and all the comfort that I can create. And today it's rainy, so it's a perfect Sunday to me, at least I think. So today's Making Monday Lovable video will be entitled Scientific Illustrations or Art. And I want to share with you the experience I had when teaching a course last Friday. So the story behind that is I was asked to participate in teaching a science communication course where the PhD students are supposed to make visual abstracts and an elevator pitch talk in preparation for a conference to then present the research there. And Gabi, who is the main teacher, she's usually doing the course, and well, they asked me to join specifically for the part when it comes to visual abstracts. So I prepared a couple of slides introducing myself, that I thought to introduce myself to the people so they know who I am, where I'm coming from, my background, what I'm doing now, a little bit, to show that I am a good person to talk about this because that's what I do for a living. So I prepared my talk, and then we also agreed that I will share some tips and tricks on how to do or how to start a visual abstract or any type of visual that you want to do to explain your science. It could be your basic research project. It could be when you're a company that you want to present your product that you're giving to your clients, to your customers. So it could be any type of communication of science or scientific concept. So I had, of course, the technicalities of how to do and how to go about it, but there were several things that I felt were even more important. And one of them was the aspect of any kind of visual one creates about science is actually a piece of art. And while I was doing my slides and pointing out these like 3-4 bullet points that I thought were important, one of them was I literally wrote down on as a sentence on the PowerPoint slide: tap into your emotions, feelings, and your passion. Like this, you will reach your audience the easiest and the most in a most efficient way. And then while I was writing this, it came very natural to me to just like throw this out. And then I was like, okay, you're aware, Daria, that you're talking to PhD students, scientists basically, and you're telling them to tap into your feelings and into your emotions. So never anybody told me this when I was doing my PhD. And one of the reasons why I left academia is because I felt that I don't fit into the whole system because of these aspects of myself, and that this is generally nothing that is really encouraged and wanted there. So I thought, like, what the heck? I'm here to share my view and my experience, so this is what I will tell them. And then on Friday we had the introduction. I introduced, Gabby introduced herself and the whole concept of visual abstracts, what it is, what it's not. And then I came into play, and I introduced myself and told and explained to them all the things that I wanted to. And then I came to the point of where I said, first, anything you create, when you put a little bit of extra time in the visual of your science or scientific concept, you will already stand out compared to other scientists. And it's not a wasted time if you actually spend time on it and put effort in it. Then pick the thing that you love the most about your project, because then all these feelings will be transferred into your illustration and then further down the line to your audience. And when I told to them, tap into emotions, feelings, and your passion. You know, they were all looking at me, and some of them, you know, made a little bit of big eyes, and I don't think they expected it, because I would have never expected somebody telling me this, that is herself a scientist. And I explained to them that I see in my illustrations, the more feelings and emotions come from the client, that he or she is telling me all this, you know, excitement that they have about what they do, how they do that product, anything, then this transfers to me. So I get extra excited and super like, oh my God, this is amazing and awesome, and I want to do it. And with these feelings, I go into the illustration. These feelings are transferred into that illustration. They go back to the client, back to whoever on social media, and that is also transferred to anybody that looks at it. So what this piece of scientific illustration is, it's actually art. So when you think about art, and this is like, when I say this to out loud like this right now, it makes total sense, but it is something that I had, it took me a while to realize this, to say a scientific illustration is art. And art causes emotions and feelings. This is why people buy art and hang it into their apartments, living rooms, because it makes them happy. It makes them get reminded of something nice, and they want to have that feeling. And with any type of visualization of science, it's also a piece of art. So a central aspect of this piece of art is to transfer a certain feeling. It could be laughter, or, you know, like when you're making a comic, which some of the PhD students decided to actually do. Others, not all of them, but it is really important to keep this in mind, because then this feeling will sit in you as well while you're doing this, while you, for example, scribble, because that's another part of that course that we had, to let them scribble with pen and paper, sketch out things. And I will tell you next time about that other exercise. But then at some point when they started to do it, and we brought them all kinds of colors as well, because of course you can use colors to enhance certain things, and also transfer feelings. When you're talking about a doomy, gloomy, plastic polluted world, maybe you shouldn't illustrate it in bright green and yellow and happy colors, but more in the grayscale. While when you're working on a solution that is helping to clean up or not add to the mess of the plastic that we have, or whatever else it is, waste, I don't know, pick your poison. And then if you talk about a potential outcome, then maybe it's nice to, like a more healthy earth, to make it green and light blue, and that already conveys a certain feeling, but also a message. So one of the students said like, oh my God, I can't believe it, we're just sitting here and scribbling now these concepts with all these colors. So she seemed to be very happy about this option to do that, because it's a very important process to really think about what you want, how you want it, make a nice concept, feel comfortable with it. And they had the privilege of deciding themselves, getting Gabi and my input, of course, but they could pick and choose from all the possible things, concepts, ideas, colors, anything. They could choose what to do and what to present on that conference. So yes, scientific illustrations are a piece of art. And to say this, I don't know, it's kind of a big deal, but it's also not really a big deal, because of course it is. But when we say the word art, then it's in a way, and not even scientific illustrations don't even include the word art. We usually picture something else, you know, paintings hanging in a museum. But yeah, no, with this, and if you can't do it, then you find somebody that can do it for you. For example, me or any other scientific illustrator. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to share today with you. And I hope that was interesting. I wish you a nice Monday and a great week, and talk to you next Monday. Bye bye.